Cabrera, and I am the team leader for Team Promo. I would like to introduce to you all my wonderful team. First, I will go ahead and introduce Michael Hennessy, who will be talking about primary research, Amanda Hoang, who will be doing secondary research, Diana Martinez, who will be doing findings and conclusions, and then finally Carolina Carmona, who will be doing recommendations. The purpose of our presentation and report was to aid the Health and Counseling Center's wellness and outreach services in determining the community's preferred method of promotion. And now I'll hand it off to Michael Hennessy, who will introduce primary research.
Thank you, Carol. My name is Michael, and I did primary research, which included data collection and data analysis. The purpose of our survey was to gather to determine and gauge the students' understanding of the current promotion methods of the Health and Counseling Center, and also determine the most effective form of promotion for them. The survey began by asking if the students or staff have ever heard of the Health and Counseling Center events, and also if they had attended any events. These questions were asked to measure and to measure the current methods of promotion and how to promote the events in the future. The questions were deduced from the concerns the Health and Counseling Center had, and we also took these concerns, sent them back to Pete, and once he approved them, we actually created the surveys from those. The population we surveyed was the freshman students, sophomore students, juniors, seniors, faculty and staff, as well as new college students, and graduate students. The sample size was 200 out of 6,500 students at St. Edward's University, and we chose this number to attain a 95% confidence level in our survey. The breakdown of the numbers were 8 freshman students, 25 sophomores, 58 juniors, 70 seniors, 7 new college students, 2 graduate students, and 7 faculty and staff. We gained access to these participants by conducting the surveys inside all of our classrooms and having the professors help us conduct them. Now into data analysis.
The right button.
There we go. The distribution of surveys, out of 200, 23 were considered invalid, and we had 3 main reasons why we considered them invalid. Because they were either left blank, completely blank, which is hard to imagine, but also incomplete, or they did not specify knowledge of the Health and Counseling Center's events. Out of that left 177 surveys, which we considered valid. The students and staff, from the survey, we determined that the students and staff preferred method promotion were visual aids, such as posters or banners and the like, and an incentive to attend the events would be to incorporate more giveaways. Students and staff are most enticed by free food and free pizza. Shocker right now. The explanation for our results, basically we determined that they were more inclined towards visual material. And that the reason why the students and staff, or the reason the students were more inclined for free stuff is because they were mostly younger and they either had no job or they worked they worked part-time somewhere. As you can see from our slide here, we mostly conducted surveys from the juniors and seniors. That's because most of us are in upper level classes, and most of the students we surveyed were from these 2 classes, or rank. And you can see from our graph that food was definitely a huge motivator for both seniors and juniors, as well as when you break it down, sophomores and freshmen. The majority, a slight majority said it did not matter, but as you can see, most of them considered it a little or a lot as a motivation to attend the events. And now on to Amanda, who will talk about secondary research.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm Amanda, and I will be talking about secondary research. I researched 4 schools, which is New York University, Santa Clara, University of Chicago, as well as University of Florida. I found out that New York University's Health Center produces dynamic educational programs, health information, peer training, and campus events. One of their health-related professional events was called Stress Busters, where volunteer teams of undergrad and grad provided 5 free minutes of back rubs and health information to other students at campus events, residential halls, organizational meetings, and libraries, wherever else the stress gathered day or night. Another event held was a relaxation station, which was Monday through Friday, held in their promotional event center from 3:30 to 4:30, where they could just receive a free dose of relaxation and rejuvenation. Another one was on weekdays, Monday through Friday, they held like a featured event. So for example, on Tuesdays, students could come in and enjoy a snack and cartoon to decrease stress. The other school I researched was Santa Clara University, and what they did was provide an inviting on-campus group, such as a 12-step support group, offering a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength, and hopes with each other to solve their common problems together. Their desire, the only requirement was that there would be a desire to stop the behavior that is just causing discomfort and distress. There were no dues or fees for most of the 12-step programs, and they weren't run by like professional counselors, but rather by individuals who were willing to recover from their own problems. Another school I researched was the University of Chicago, which was committed to providing health promotions and wellness programs. One of the programs that they did was like they sponsored a annual benefit and health promotion fair, which was like a program that helped with recruitment as well as for staffs and faculty. And they held like in that fair, they benefit health plans such as flu shots and wellness clinic and blood pressure and other screenings to help inform the audience of different things. And then lastly, the University of Florida is the Foundation of Visual Communication. They were wanting to focus more on creating effective visual as well as like how posters could be placed in public areas. And one of that was posters, the design and layout. Like some of their suggestions that they recommended was to do a first draft and use white space. For text, the heading of the title of the poster should be short, 1 to 5 words long, and the letter should be 2 to 4 inches tall. Place the least important information at the bottom and use colors that contrast with the background or paper color. For images should be large. Select images that were easy to see. And as for the background, it should be as simple as possible to avoid distracting the audience's attention from the message you are communicating in your carefully chosen words and images. Also for flyers, they're like posters but smaller that you place them on bulletin boards and typically use in advertisement. And one of the things that University of Florida recommended was that in order to have your flyer stand out, you must emphasize what is most important in order to grab people's attention. For example, if you are designing a flyer, you want to place the name of the organization on top, to then include a large photograph, or to begin by saying free food will be provided. Then fill in other information such as date, time, and location of the organization's meeting. I've shared my secondary research, and now I'll pass it on to Diana for some conclusion.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, my name is Diana, and I will be talking about the findings and conclusions. So for our primary research, after we surveyed the St. Edward's community, we found that St. Ed's community preferred method of promotion is through visual communication, such as posters and banners. So we concluded that the Health and Wellness Center Health and Counseling Center is using the appropriate form of promotion to attract the St. Edward's community. As well, we did find that they have a special inclination to attend events if free food or giveaways are incorporated, such as t-shirts, food, or other little gadgets that might be provided. For secondary research, we did find other universities do sponsor annual events held on campus. They also encourage community involvement by stress busters and other type of beneficial things that will benefit the student body or community as a whole. They also offer support groups, and we also found or concluded from our secondary research that there is an appropriate way to effectively communicate to the community with posters and banners by doing it effectively. And now Carolina will talk about the recommendations.
Hi everyone, I'm Carolina and I will be talking about the recommendations. Based on the research conducted by our team, the following recommendations are being offered to help the Health and Counseling Center. Our first recommendation was holding the events for 2 days, 2 different days, like on a Monday and a Tuesday, but with the morning and an afternoon session, because not everyone is here during the morning or during the afternoon, so a lot of students commute to school or live far away, so they don't come every day. For our second recommendation, the Health and Counseling Center funds should be applied to more for food and t-shirts. The St. Ed's community has a higher tendency to attend the events held by the Health and Counseling Center when more free food and t-shirts and other giveaways are incorporated. Therefore, it can increase the attendance to events and get the results they like. Our third recommendation is hold events where the community is involved, like asking for volunteers from the Health and Counseling Center to give information while providing stress relieving back rubs or stuff like that. However, in order to get the stress relieving back rubs, they would have to sit to a 2 to 5 information session. And like in other universities, they hold events that encourage the community involvement and provide free services and products. Like as Amanda mentioned, in New York, the health center, in New York University, the health center has an event called Stress Busters, where volunteers of undergrad and grad students provide 5-minute stress relieving back rubs while giving them and providing them with health information depending on the event they're holding for the week or the month. This concludes my recommendations, and now to Carol, who will complete with the conclusion.
Thank you, Karina. Just to recap what we covered today, I had Michael, who presented the primary research and overall data collection process. We had Amanda, who did secondary research, and Diana, who did findings and conclusions, with Carolina, who went over recommendations. And just to recap one more time what those recommendations were, is we want to quickly, we believe that the Health and Counseling Center currently is using appropriate promotional methods to address the St. Edward's community. We do recommend that they do more giveaways. We saw that people love food, and we saw that people love free stuff. And that is something we think they need to push forward with. And also, we asked to have more flexible dates for events that would be more like 2-day events and things like that. That way there would be more flexible times for people. With that being said, does anyone have any questions? We'd like to thank you for listening to our presentation, and we are taking